Today in this session, I'm joined with Jaime Solaun. He's head of the Andean Region at Solarpack. Hello, Jaime. How are you? Welcome.
Hello. Good morning. Thanks for the invitation.
Thanks for being here. And today I'm with Jaime because we're preparing for Solarpulse LATAM next 8 and 9 of September. Jaime will be with us in a live session on reformulating business models, how indeed different business models apply in the region regarding project development. This is a pre-recording to already tap into some of the questions, in particularly for the Chilean markets. So if you're listening to this video, please leave your comments and questions in advance, so you can also have an active voice in building the questions for the live session on the 8th of September. So Jaime, maybe to start, if you can tell us a little more about Solarpack's trajectory in Chile and what are the main development opportunities that you have been tapping into in the market.
Okay, well, for those who don't know, Solarpack Chile. Solarpack Chile is a subsidiary of a Spanish company, Spanish-based company called Solarpack Corporación Tecnológica, which is a listed company with its headquarters in Bilbao, in north of Spain. The company started its activity in 2005, focusing in the development, financing, construction, and operation of PV plants. In 2008, the company decided to open its first subsidiary abroad, and that was Chile. At that time, Chile was a country with high energy prices, competitive and robust energy market, and with a good legal framework to attract foreign investment. So focusing in that country, the company was first solar developer to enter into the market, first solar developer to achieve first RCA for a solar project, and constructed the first utility scale PV plant, which was made viable through a PPA with Codelco. Okay, right now the company is focusing in both the PMGD and large utility scale projects. In the PMGD market, we have several projects that we've constructed and put into operation. There are some of them which we have in our portfolio, and in the utility or large utility scale PV projects, we were awarded with several private and public tenders that finally turned to be projects that we currently have in our portfolio. So Chile is a country that we like. Chile is a country that we are since 2008, and we will for sure still be there in the future.
Thank you, Jaime. And for those that are not aware of the PMGD model, it's up for plants up till 9 megawatts. It's a segment in Chile. So you mentioned Jaime, that Solarpack has been part of both private and public tenders. So in the coming years, are you still looking at new government auctions? Are you still is there still enough appetite in terms of signing corporate PPAs? What do you see are the opportunities in the market right now for the next few years?
Well, actually, the government published a tender, the distribution company tender, which is a tender which normally brings a lot of attention from from counterparties, incumbents or foreign companies, and it was actually organized for October last year, if I am right, and it's been postponed to November this year. Um, let's see if it's that date it's finally maintained. We we are up to date that the demand is decreasing, and the reason why the CNE, the Comisión Nacional de Energía, organizes this tender, it's because there is generally an increasing demand, and there are PPAs that are expiring. Okay, so the CNE has mechanisms to adapt the upcoming tenders, and postponing it could be one of those mechanisms. And the other mechanism that I hope it can be is adapting it to that new forecasted demand, so that we can still have that public tender in November this year. With regards to other tenders, mainly private tenders, we've seen them slowing down a bit, and due to the October scenario that we had in Chile, and the COVID situation, but hopefully we expect it to reactivate during this second half of 2020. So, we see mining projects slowing down, but reactivating at certain point. So, being the mining company's main focus for private PPAs, hopefully we will see it 2020 or 2021 with some new tenders.
That's good news indeed. And I wondered, you mentioned that of course these auctions were postponed. Now we're living under a pandemic. So I wanted to ask you, what are now the main barriers for development in Chile? Pandemic related, of course, because it's a global challenge that we're facing, but also uh, local challenges as well. I'm curious to hear that.
Well, in Chile, we've been 4 months with a lockdown, so traveling to those areas, so those places where we have projects under development, has not been easy. So we had to do a lot of work with specialized software, obviously, GIS, etc., in order to define or to move forward with those projects, basically defining layouts based on some preliminary studies that have been done without going to site. So I think that's been quite of a challenge. But on the other side, what we've seen is that home working is possible in the development market. And and on the other side, which is the administration side, where you have municipalities or certain services that generally are used to receiving documentation in paper. Well, they've organized it in a way that they've created mailboxes in order us to send the information. There has been a lot of iteration through phone, through video calls, whilst in the past it was face to face. So we've seen quite a lot of progress on the administration and other services that finally has permitted us has allowed us to move forward with the development. It is true that it's a slowdown, but it's not a stop. So that's good news for us.
Indeed, good news. And in terms of prices and variation of the demand for your existing portfolio, what have been the main impacts?
Well, we live. Fortunately, we live in a sector that has not been affected, such as other sectors, retail, etc. Our sector main affection has been due to reduction of spot prices. Um, so those probably those projects under operation which have not their energy secured through a PPA, well, might have been in certain problems. Okay, we should see their financial models how they size that debt using which revenue spot price forecast. But for us, for Solarpack, we have all of our energy contracted. So in that sense, that reduction of demand and spot prices has not affected us much. On the PMGD market, we've also seen, due to that lack of demand, we've seen a reduction of the stabilized price that has turned into the lower IRRs or lower net revenue, saying it better. But in at least for Solarpack, the effect hasn't been such that much. So in some way, being that COVID-19 scenario conjunctural, we hope, okay, the long-term effect on that spot price would be probably minimized. Okay, so there's been an effect, obviously, in the market, but fortunately, that hasn't been much, and we hope that we can, in the near future, increase that spot prices so we match with our financial models.
All right. Thanks for this first insight. This is really useful, and I also look forward to then touch upon these topics and further discuss them with you and also with the other panelists. We will be looking on the 8th of September at different business models, also in Brazil, in Colombia, and Mexico. So look forward to being with you there, Jaime, and thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you very much, Marcel.
Thank you.